ask you one more question. Let's say this is it. I mean, do you have any regrets?
No, I don't think so. No, I think that I did everything to the best of my ability with what I knew at the time and what I was given to deal with. I think I made the most of. I was never the fastest. I was never the strongest, but I worked harder than everybody. I probably overworked my body.
Yeah.
Definitely when I was younger. I don't think there was anybody that worked harder than me. Anybody. Um, and I pushed through injuries like nobody. I don't think could even imagine. To the point where it was detrimental to like my mental health. I think definitely got crazy towards the end of that thing. Um, yeah, it's a crazy sport. It is a crazy sport, but um, sometimes just getting in there is kind of a win. You know,
Yeah.
in depending on how your training's going, how you're feeling. Getting in there is a win, and you just let it fly. So I went in there and I just freaking tried to take his head off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it probably could have eased into the fight a little bit, but I tried easing into the Dan Hooker fight, and that didn't work out too well. So
Right.
I went into this fight. I think if I would have used this game plan against Dan Hooker, I might have been a better outcome. And if I would have kind of eased into the fight against Bobby, it would have been a little
Yeah.
bit of a different outcome. But who the hell knows? You know, maybe Dan Hooker would have knocked me out in 2 minutes. So it was yeah.
I mean, you've had some wars, and this was your first actual knockout, correct?
Yeah, yes. I think still TKO. I'm still holding on to
TKO. TKO.
TKO. I
You
never
weren't
been
out. No, no, no. TKO. That's what I meant.
but I almost would have I mean, not that I would have rather been out, but like that I think that tells a lot that it's a TKO. No one's ever stopping me, you know what I mean? Like if I don't want them
Right.
to. So that was I think that was more about my mindset than anything else. Um yeah, but I think that like I've even leading up to the fight, I was still online looking at properties. I'm always search like that's where I'd be so into the fight, so into I'd be training hard and
Yeah.
getting sparring. I started sparring again, and then I freaking something sets you back, and I'm like, yeah. I just started looking at real estate online and kind of waiting for the fight to be um waiting for the fight to just be kind of like over. And then you have a good day of training, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be freaking world champ again. We're back." And then you have a setback, and you keep having these setbacks, and you're not sleeping good at night. Uh, yeah, but I mean, the 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 training leading up to this fight was like I wouldn't change anything for the world. Like I got to my father is um he helps out in my training camp so much, so I was able to spend so much time with him. He pushed me. It was great to be able to spend so much time with him. Um, got to fight at the Garden, like crazy, crazy thing to check off the bucket list. The crowd went crazy. I think for me more than anybody when I
Oh my
walked
God.
out. So yeah, it
They
was
did.
yeah, it was wild. It was wild.